Hey everybody. So I've been posting a lot of screenshots of this project I've been working on this semester. Finally, it's almost done because it's due in 3 days. It's due on Friday. But the first release of it is almost done. So I figured rather than some screenshots, I found some nice video capture software from topviewsoft.com. It's nice. And John let me borrow his mic. So I'm going to do this in sections. So let me boot it up real quick and just kind of show you how the program works. How you can use it and whatnot. Okay. So this will start up over here. Still working with a few things. So pretty basic setup. It's like a Windows program. I tried to make it because this isn't going to be running on Xbox. It is using the Xbox framework, but either way. So just a window. You know, these, as you can see right now, you can drag them by their header. I've also cut out. Right now, when you drag on the interface, you know, or you can drag on the Xbox or on the XNA framework with the DirectX and everything, and that will move your camera. So you click on the scene and you drag, you move your camera. You click on something here, you drag, it does nothing, but you want to drag these headers. You have that. So I have a Windows Forms framework set up on top, overlaid on a XNA framework, and the XNA framework is actually being rendered into a giant picture box. Windows Forms picture box right now that's just the back object from everything. So when I start up, I have a singleton of the XNA class. I grab the singleton through the form, and I say when the form tries to get me, set my render target to this picture box because it's DirectX and it's XNA, and a picture box can render DirectX, so why not? And these are just, I made my own objects, kind of. It's just a collection of classes that allow me to do these things. Actually, I took a lot of this design interface from this program up here, Stickies. Somebody, Tom Revel, great job. Thanks. Everybody go to this website here. It's a great program. It's freeware. I designed the interface of this like that, so I can collapse, expand. This little button does the same thing. This is on double click, and then this is on single here, just with a little arrow. You can close them if you don't want to worry about that one, and then come back up here, get it here. So more controls. So pretty much the basic interface is you use these. These are all different components. So you have environment mapping, bump mapping, your light source, models, particle systems, visual aids. I'll explain each one of those in a different video or so, but those are just your controls. So you have your mouse. Your zoom on your mouse your scroll on your mouse will zoom your camera. So as you can see, there's some things in the screen. This is your just kind of plain, just kind of your work area. You see it, you know, in your back plane. I'm culling it, so you don't want to see the bottom. Here's your light, and you can drag it and rotate it around. Now I don't have a lighting shader on right now. Excuse me. So, you know, no light coming from it, but you get the idea. This is a separate camera that you press spacebar, and you go to this camera, and now you can move around, and I'm doing this like a first-person shooter with WASD right now, and moving my camera around to look. So this is helpful because when I do lighting, and I turn a lighting shader on a model, it will render from point of view of the camera right there in the center of the screen right now that I was just on. So my specular on my light will be based off that. But if I want to see an individual, like a certain pixel on a specular, say on the corner of the screen, but I don't, and I have to move it and want to get it in the center of the screen, if I move the original camera, that will screw up my specular. So I have this camera, which is actually easier to view. I can just go up wherever I want and then look around. And then I move back to the other camera, and you can see it's right there where I left it off, facing the light. So you can use WASD and when you're in this camera and move around the screen, and clicking and dragging moves the camera. Clicking and dragging the light moves the light. If you have the light selected, you can zoom it in and out with scroll, just like you did with the camera. If I put a model in this scene, so let me get all these out of here. I do want to put snapping on these toolbars so they snap together. Right now I'm just placing them carefully. It's not within the scope of the project though, so maybe I'll add it this summer. So if I put a model in here, no, let's put the torus. Now I don't have a lighting shader on right now, so it's just rendering black because that's what my material emissive color is set to. But let me get centered again. So if you click the model, it'll select the model, and then you can drag it, and it'll it's going through the floor plane. Yay! WSD with it selected will move the model, just like without it selected will move the camera. And when you click and drag, it will rotate the model, just like when you click and drag, it'll rotate the camera. So I can, move my model, whatever. And you can see I only have one right now. I had a system earlier where there were multiple models, as many as you want. I just had a link list set up with a type game model, and right now I'm just using one game model, and I have my link list commented out because the project didn't require that. But might add that in later. I had a cool drag and drop system, like add a model and it like top down, and you could place it where you wanted it, move your camera back, and for that also I would have to expand and do multiple lighting passes, multiple lighting things to make it interesting. But this is the base of the program. I'll come back and explain each little section of it, but I hope you guys find it interesting. Thanks. Damn.